Right, so first thing is that I need to get that fight out of the way, so I'm not going to put my headphones on, specifically so I can concentrate.
There's something else, almost hidden by your fear stink. Cherries. Musk. Raphael. Lycans. That perfume trickster swindled me. Trapped me. Where is he? Spit it out.
Go on. Tell the bastard. All the better for us if he keeps Raphael busy.
To be honest, I don't really want to do the fight, so...
Bargaining, are you? A Karator
Because I don't
once
particularly want to do the fight.
I made him watch as I ate his concubines in young, then fashioned a codpiece from his skull. You can't help. It's not just walls that keep me here. Not the traps, the dark, or the creatures it hides. Something stronger holds me. A contract. Either I fulfill the contract, die trying, or forfeit my freedom. If I leave this place now, I'll become Raphael's slave. Maybe you'll find a crossbow bolt down your throat easier to manage. Spill all the blood sworn to the night. Silence all prayers. Smother each rite. Wander Shah's halls, hungry to slay. Leave no justice here, alive to obey. Leave none to hear it.
Oh no.
Then be set free. This song is your oath. Swear it to me.
Tough.
Well, that explains where all the Dark Justiciars went.
That's it.
So this was the war devil who slaughtered Shah's faithful. At Raphael's urging, no less.
Asking why doesn't get me paid. Hunting and killing does. Raphael mentioned something about an Asima. Meant nothing to me. I did my part. I filled these halls with ghosts. But Raphael's playing some other game. One that involves stiffing me. Anyway, enough prattle. The lyrics are clear. All who hear the song must die. Time to die. I'll have both, if I wish. caught the scent of that bloated carcass already. He's no more alive than the Dark Justiciars down here. No, he is not the answer. He is not my prey. I spent a century roaming these halls. I spilled every drop of Dark Justice. Time to die.
How are we gonna have to? Don't particularly wanna.
Don't let anything get past you.
No, I want a better start. I want a better start than that.
Time to die. Form up ranks. Don't let anything.
That's better, but
Time to die. Form up ranks. Don't let anything get past you.
it's not a great one either.
Time to die. Form up ranks. Don't let
No.
anything get past you.
Fuck it, I'll deal with it. Could be better, could be worse. I should be able to thingy that. That's weird. Open openness of a character can use Misty Step. Come on. I need a short rest, that's why.
Poor fucker. breathe deep and move.
I've no idea how to get past this bit. I tried to, you know, convince him not to fucking fight me, but...
Time to die. Form up ranks! Don't let anything get past you! No!
Not the best start. I don't want to miss it. That's why I don't want to lose this fight, because I can't be asked to do it, to be honest.
Fuck yes.
That's not what I asked for. I was hoping you'd move.
Up, up. In position. Need to act fast.
mention that it's for free? For free. Are you sure? Thanks so much, man. Don't worry.
I don't know why my character's not seeing the thing, the one that I need to actually fight, because it's got the eye. It can see invisible characters. I don't know why I can't see them.
Bye forever, pal.
Why, man? This is so incredibly difficult. Get this battle out the game. So I'm starting to get really fucking annoyed by this.
Time to die. I'll have both, if I wish.
I have to attack it either. I can't be arsed. This is difficult. Get the fight out of the fucking game before I do you in, you fat fucks. Because I'm starting to get really fucking angry very quickly.
Form up ranks! Don't let anything get past you! No.
Swift as my feet can carry me.
There is enough movement because I've done it fucking before. I know there's enough movement. I've done it before. Come on. Come on, fam, don't annoy me. You are going to hit it today. Go to hit it now. You are going to hit it.
Hanging with your boy. Hanging with your boys is the funnest thing to do. There's nothing else to do. Hanging with your boys. Hanging with your boys.
The fucking living shit out of you. This is getting on my nerves very quickly.
Hanging with your boys is the funnest thing to do. There's nothing else to do. Hanging with your boys and talking shit and laughing is always going to be a human experience. It doesn't matter if I have $100 million or I have $10. I'll be still super interested in laughing. Hey, genders are there? Hey, genders are there? I don't know. I just got here. Hey, genders are there? You have to do this. To what? We're to 69. You're
Fucking annoying me. Why is he not hitting, man? It's not even a low percentage.
Today I'm gonna show you my top. Bro, why do you respond to all the hate, dude? Just Bro, why do you respond to all the hate, dude? Just ignore it, man. You're doing so well. Cause I'm insecure. Yeah. Listen, bro, why do you respond to all the hate, dude? Just ignore it, man. You're doing so well. Cause I'm insecure. Yeah. Yeah, I'm insecure. I'm a thinker. I'm chronically online. Bro, why do you respond to all the hate, dude? Just ignore it, man.
Stop missing. Thank you. How hard was that? It wasn't. Next time you do that, you're gonna get belted to oblivion, you prick. Don't annoy me. Looks like you want to annoy me again, does it? I'm gonna fucking strangle you all.
Hey, TikTok, how's the dragon? Hello. Hi. Who are you? I'm good at you. I'm alright, thanks. How are you? I just said I'm good. she went and did it, bro. So, if you guys would like me to release the Fanta Light song, comment, I would like to confirm the Fanta Light on all digital platforms. Bruh. So, to make a Fanta Light song. And then first I thought to myself, bruh. Have you ever wanted to... Where are you at? Are you like fucking like hunting crocodiles or something? Oh no, I'm in my garage. Oh well, we got a fridge in here. Why is it so skinny? Why is she so much fucking laughing? She's autistic. Be nice. That's why I'm genuinely fascinated. Hello? You okay? Yes, are you? I'm alright, thanks you. Huh? Oh, I'm alright, thanks you. Where are you from? I'm from Southern California. Oh, really? You're American? Yes. What about you? I'm Irish, but I'm English as well. Oh, yeah, we could talk about
Now how hard was that? Get on with it, game. Don't piss me off. That is the... Come on, game, get on with it.
This is gonna feel good. Under their noses.
You alright? Amigos, ayúdame a ganarle, please. Nothing. I'm just speaking Mexican. Mexican is not our language. Oh yeah. Little Irish boy. Sorry. What did he call me? Irish boy. I think he said little Irish boy. Oh, yeah, I did actually. And where are you from? I'm from California. It doesn't matter, you're a slapper in a way. I like to be nice to a boy. I don't like being nice to boys, they don't deserve it. Never nice to you. Sometimes. I doubt they would be nice to you. Why? They should be nice to me. Oh, of course you'd say that. I deserve it. Hello? You okay? Name things that are better. fucking bash your fucking head against the wall with a brick if you don't shut the fuck up. Because this one, genuinely, this one, you fuck this one. I could find that soul is a
Alright, hey, alright. Alright, thanks. How old are you girls?
I'm 20.
I'm 19. Just ignore anyone in your live chat. Just don't even bother reading it out.
I'm a bit racist. Said don't even bother reading it out, you still just this.
Some chicks will just do anything.
Not chicks.
Yeah, well, you're a chick, aren't you?
No, I'm a man with a I'm joking.
Wouldn't be surprised. I'm just joking with you. I like playing jokes and games.
Not like sexy girls.
I know I do, but I need to put them in their place. Thanks, Chelsea. You like being put in your place?
She could put you in your place.
Looks like she probably could. I'm just joking with you girls here. You're both nice looking. Might sound a compliment. Really?
Yeah. And that's like,
I think you must be the first person to have a compliment in my hair.
yeah, you look like you've got a helmet on your head.
Oh.
That's good.
Well, it would be good if it was a helmet.
Yeah.
But it's not. It's my head of hair.
I know. Let me see your hand. Stop laughing and stop biting.
I'm some funny girls.
Just give me the phone.
Good, I don't want Gorlock to come back.
Get down. Get down. Thank you.
For some reason. For some reason. For some reason, I decided.
This is the behind the scenes of how I created this like use my back pocket refurbished tech. I always start by finding on my iPad first. I open it up my face and then post it.
I'm about to slap the shit. I know it says 35%, that's what I'm expecting it. Let's see any move I can do.
You excited for the European Championships?
What sort makes you want to take?
The new diamond ring from Hydra.
Stay at home, but do you not Photoshop?
Yeah, not really anything I can do. Except that.
Good idea, Karlach.
I told them we're going for a fancy meal, but really I took them to Karen's diner.
What do you want it? Are you an influencer? What influence? Clearly not fashion. Stay at that top. What are you doing?
told them we're going fun with a girl.
With open eyes.
Sure. That reverse flash is faster than the zoom? Man. See, boys, people have been calling us many. Sure. See, boys.
My business has grown.
Thanks, Steve, but Nancy, I'm not.
This is the Ascension Easter egg that you've never heard of. On the Black Ops 3 front.
They saw that. What are you doing back here? What are you doing back here?
If you're a web designer with Ultimate,
I'm going to Thailand in July.
I asked you how you know I'm from Thailand.
Oh, we're looking at you.
Oh.
You have nice tan skin, black hair. That's a blonde Thailand, I'm going to be honest.
So you know I'm a boy, right?
Wasn't aware, so go no.
You know? You know I'm a boy?
I know I said for a minute.
You were used to it. When you get Thailand, you were used to it. They have so many quotas like you.
I was 10.
But you need 10.
I was 10, I wasn't really looking if they had a 10 working or not.
I'm gonna fucking bash your fucking head against the wall with a brick if you don't.
Hi guys, it's Gordon. I'd like to share a very important message with you all. You know how much I love cycling and triathlons and Ironman, etc. This week, unfortunately, I had a really bad accident, and it really shook me. And honestly, I'm not here now from those incredible trauma surgeons, doctors, nurses in the hospital who looked after me this week. They were amazing, but obviously, you've got to wear a helmet. I don't care how short the journey is. I don't care to go.
Oh my god, thank God for that.
But they're crucial. Even with the kids, a short journey, they've got to wear a helmet. Now, I'm lucky to snap it. I'm in pain, it's been a good for me, and I'm sort of getting through it. But, wearing a helmet. No easy way to say this, so I'll just say it. Who are you? Rick Grimes. Rick Grimes? Got something you want to tell me? Your brother was a danger to us all. So I handcuffed him on the roof, hooked into a piece of metal. He's still there. Well, let me process this. You say you handcuffed my brother to a roof, and you left him there? Yeah. No easy way to say it. No regret.
TikTok influencer Ed Matthews has been arrested after performing vigilante-style predator stings. Ed Matthews, whose real name is Edward Matthews, has been arrested on suspicion of common assault, ABH, false imprisonment, and attempting to administer a poison or noxious substance. This follows his involvement with a vigilante group called Predator Shredders, which stream their efforts online to lure men into meeting a 15-year-old decoy before confronting them in person. During the live streams, Ed can be seen giving the offenders a choice between eating cat food, baby food, taking a hot chip ball, or having the police called on them. Despite these tactics, he and his team have conducted successful stings, providing the Metropolitan Police with sufficient evidence to arrest the offenders. Clips of the arrest at a property in Essex, seemingly filmed by his mother, surfaced online over the past day. It is unclear whether Matthews has been released or remains in custody, as the police have not disclosed this information. Popular.
Don't you dare lie to me! No reason to make a report in place behind a month, a week. I trusted you. You just left me to. Yeah, I got broke souls, bro. I'm doing God's work, bro. So stand right here. Don't move, bro. Don't move. Just stand right there, okay? No, go back, bro. Let's get straight. Stay there for me. Fuck you. I'm telling you, straight goes black and you get from out there, bro. Come on, bro. Go do your thing, bro. I'm not done so far. I need you. Oh my God, they got me that out like that. I need you right now. I need you right now.
At the ready.
What's the point in that? Crap. Oh, yeah, that was quite an old video, to be fair, Adnan. I haven't actually looked at that video in such a long fucking time. I mean, I do look at the comments and stuff on it, but it's like a 2-year-old video, so it's like my fucking commentary and shit, you can barely hear me. So like, if you need me to clarify on something, then I will. If you want me to. If you want me to, I will.
This isn't good.
Quite happily. Yeah, no problem. didn't save. Shit. Fuck's sake, this is difficult. Yeah, I can't deal with that, man. I hate this bit so much. Get it out of the game. I'm actually getting annoyed by this. I'm actually getting annoyed by this. I'm actually really starting to get annoyed by this. Oh, you like to annoy me, do you? Get out the game now. I only want to put her up there just so you can fucking heal.
Excuse me.
I mean, revive thingy.
I'm gonna end up again doing this, yeah.
If you always want the island once, walk out the house open and rest. But this one,
But you can't take the law into your own hands and stuff. I thought you were a veterinary cat foot.
Miss the attack now. Because I'm really starting to get fucking angry. Very angry.
Yes, that.
it's a Jack Daniels.
Straight.
Straight.
I actually got your present.
You got my present?
Yeah.
No way. What is it?
Close your eyes.
A Fanta Light, fam. Yo, big man thing.
This one's free though.
Come on, come. I'm not gonna lie, but I'm just gonna close your eye and you're gonna pull out. I'm not gonna.
That's not worth it though, is it, game? Because you're not going to want to revive. You're gonna fucking die in the process. So don't annoy me. That is a warning.
This is not TDI or something.
Excuse me, how much is this?
I'm like 50 GD motherfucking shooting like 60.
Jonathan,
Alright, we're speedrunning Sasha C. Abraham. Close. It's me, Tumble. It's me, Tumble. She's leaving me and she's taken the kids. Can you say divorce?
Much longer like this.
Don't fucking annoy me. You're gonna piss me off.
Dobby is a fucking Dobby is a fucking emo. Dobby listened to Pierce the Veil just once on Snape's computer, and Dobby decided to make it his entire personality.
So I basically feel like I've been robbed because they're
I'm so fucking angry. Oh, what's the fucking point? Oh, so you're missing out. Are you taking the actual piss game? So you go ahead and miss now. Yeah, I'm quite happy with that. Yeah, I'm very happy with that. Yeah, what's the point when she was gonna die anyway? Get it through your head. What's the point? This is fight. I fucking hate this fight, man. It's so annoying. I'm getting so fucking angry by this. Oh, can't be hard. Oh, don't. I'm getting triggered. Oh, don't get angry. Don't get angry. Look, I'm gonna do that again. Oh, no, I don't want to fight you. None of those options fucking work. So don't give me the options. It's not gonna work. What's the fucking point of giving options and not fucking get out of it? You absolute bellend.
How the hell did you build a whole damn castle in one day? Bro, did you spend 12 hours playing Minecraft? Bro. No way. He made a whole damn castle. This thing.
Lieutenant Sam gives me game edition. You know, I hate to say it, but I still feel like the RPG game is in 3, 2, 1. Congratulations, it's a 4. Can't believe it.
Absolute waste of time. So fucking boring. Jesus. Absolute waste of time. So something cool happens.
Get on with it! Take ages like that again. Fucking strangle you! Don't annoy me. I've told you this many fucking times. But what do you not do? You don't listen. Stop pissing me off now. And look at me. I'm Baldur's Gate 3 and I like to piss at them up. I will do you when you ungrateful little shit. I'm fucking fuming. Oh, don't fucking get, I'm gonna fucking do you in. So fucking beyond pissed off. Beyond. game. Let me get the guy on top before I get angry. I don't know what. I don't know what to do. I'm genuinely so mad. I physically don't know what to do. What fucking cat? I didn't ask for a pissing cat, did I?
My foot's up. He said, "Do you want a receipt?" I said, "Sweetheart, the day I return any of this stuff, just know my head's gone. 'Cause this is never, ever getting returned, right? Wow. Oh my God, I've got the dreads on. I've got the dreads on. Do you want to be good? Alright, try and zoom out a bit.
If I fucking see you twitching again, I'm gonna do you in.
Wait, hang on, I need to put some phone music on. What's some phone music?
Oh, fucking didn't save.
Could be a phone song. I'll put this on it. Oh, after the day keeps the doctor away. Does it? Get out of here. Go on, you prick. Get out of there. Rose, take your trousers down. You take your trousers down. Oh, after the day keeps the doctor away.
This is my skin.
Time to die.
Intermediate? What? Hell no, bro. It's not the video, bro. It's not the fucking video, bro.
I'm literally so close to backhanding my fucking this game. I can't get my PS4 to the screen that you had by holding onto the power button. You hold on, right, so you gotta make sure the PS4 is turned off. I need to try and backtrack, I remember this actually. You need to make sure the PS4 is actually fully turned off, the controller's off, everything's turned off. Obviously it has to be plugged in, but it has to be turned off and the controller's off is what I mean. You will hold the power button until it beeps twice. It can't beep once, it's got to beep twice. Just hold the power button until it beeps twice, and then you'll go into those safe mode options. But first it will tell you to plug your controller in with a USB device, which is obviously your normal charging thing. You do that, and then you'll be able to control the different things with the in the safe mode. And it will be the I've forgotten what the actual option's called. I've forgotten what the actual option is called, so I can't tell you on that one. I don't even care, I want to try for this. I don't even care, I can't remember if I tried for that. Because I don't want to do the fight, it's fucking annoying me.
Where's my LGBT follow party? Which
Agreement to build one. Hello, man. Yes, man. Hello, man. Let's ride it! Last time we...
I don't want to kill him.
This here blood that there was to spill.
I literally don't even care. I really don't want to kill him.
Better. Go on then. I'll enjoy watching you fail. But try to run, and you will regret it. I may be trapped here, but I'm not without friends.
I was starting to get fucking annoyed by this fight, so I can't be asked to do it.
Final moments.
I can't be bothered to do it. Like, it genuinely fucking annoyed me.
A bed made of severed heads. That can't be good for your back.
Why is he... It's not what I wanted. I'm gonna long rest once I've done this first bit. I'm gonna check my washing in a second. Come on! I'm not in the mood for ads. Don't piss me off.
Keep your weapons sharp. I'll pray this leads off any time. Ready, or I'll kill you myself.
I'm genuinely in such a fucking pissy mood now.
Sealed with magic. It'll take more than nimble fingers and a lockpick to get past this.
Right, okay, and how do I get past it, game? You're not telling me.
Where am I needed?
All's well that ends not as bad as it could have.
Because I really need to get past there to there. Game, I really need to go back. God, I'm so annoyed. Massively. No fucking area in the game. If I do not see it out with the game the next time I play, I'm gonna absolutely put my hands around your fucking throat and strangle. Don't piss me off like this again. No idea how angry I am. No idea. Have to backtrack just to fucking...
Prime spot for an ambush.
How many do you have to fucking spawn before I get a chance to attack? $141 health! You're off your fucking head!
Put him up.
You're joking! You're not serious!
Still on my feet.
Get, don't tell me you're fucking serious!
What's the plan?
Oh, they fucking ass with this game! Get it off the face of the earth! Why? Mate, just get on with it. Look at me, I'm sliding. Do I look like I give a shit? Just get on with it. Oh, look at me. Look at me. I kill well. You know I'll fucking kill you in a minute if you keep pissing me off. Just get on with it. My turn. No, it's not. Stop annoying me now. Game, I'm begging you. Get on with it. What do you mean a mobile? You're not a mobile game! Would you? No! You're not a mobile. Stop annoying me.
So James, to clarify, if you purchase a ticket for the FA Cup final, a car is waiting for you outside to take you to Wembley, but you will have to leave now and will not stop at Wembley for the rest of your visit.
No one buys what's going on. He said things that were very simple. One is the material and memories last a lifetime.
I can't tell. I find it so fucking difficult to calm down because I can't calm down. And the next time someone fucking tells me, "Oh, you calm down, like I'm like a game." I'll fucking show you a game. Spiky child, fucking piece of shit. Get on with it. I'm so fucking angry. Massively. I'm very angry. Fucking punch your fucking gun, man. You prick. I think just in case it's a big fight, I'm gonna long rest.
What the hell was that?
Bruh.
What the hell was that? getting laid out on my back again.
Best avoid that trap.
Getting laid out on my back again.
Game!
No more getting knocked down. That ring is the key.
Well, enough of that. That glowing ring's the key to this whole thing.
Gotta be a way around that ring, right? The set is so close.
Welcome, child. Follow my voice and prove your worth.
Well, go through then, you numpty! The fuck are you playing at? Pissing washing done. Fucking good timing. Absolutely fucking brilliant. I'll do my washing in a second. When I've done the gauntlet as Shark, because I don't want to be in this bit anymore. Do you have to defeat him?
snapping your phone is here?
What's this? Fresh engine. Screens can't travel the phone. You're supposed to be searching these ruins, little rabbit. Given up already? David, you're too fresh for this place, aren't you? There's a whiff of the surface to you.
Holy shit, a new phone. How the devils are we on their backside without good reason?
You, Tiefling, you got the stench of the hells about you. A stench of home. And a whiff of the surface besides. The servant of Saria, if I'm not mistaken. I know the stench of her infernal machine.
Phone, stop doing this.
Infernal machinery.
There's something small. One of the engine burns within you is clinging to an inevitable explosion. Burning and fear. You reek with it. There's something else, almost hidden by your fear stink. Cherries. Musk. And sulfur. Raphael, I can smell him all over you. Where is he?
Get on with it.
That perfume trickster swindled me. Trapped me. Where is he? Spit it out.
Can I? I'm gonna have to go back and do the fucking thing again, but it's fine.
You prowl my battleground.
You find yourself in a dead, putrid skull.
Come. Stink. Trespasser. Merkel's fat lapdog.
Fall by my hand.
heating up. Cry about it.
Coming through.
My faith will protect me. Got to press on.
Hope your soul is in good hands. Fun.
Battle favors the fearless.
Need to stay focused.
I'm having to redo this fight again because I fucking...
You've made a grave mistake. The hammer's gonna fall.
On the victor's path.
What should I do?
These boots have seen everything. No surrender.
No time to waste.
Ready. Can't give up. Got to move.
I'll strike you down. Incoming.
Finally. Not just any true soul would have succeeded in following my path through this place. You should be pleased. Do you know what is at stake here? And you will help me. Ignorant you may be, I do not the relic. I will
Trust this gas bag about as far as I can throw him, which isn't far. But perhaps better to play along for now.
fine. My brother is no intellectual powerhouse. Flesh will...
On the old brave, the
The Gauntlet of Shah. The Dark Lady's finest warriors arose from this place. I've dreamed of this place. This is my destiny. Thank you. If I...
So much blood. What the hell has been happening here?
Something's wrong.
What's this? But you're too...
Holy shit.
You us.
What do you know?
Only... There's Raphael! Like that perfume trickster swindled me. Trapped me! Where is he? Spit it out. Now!
Careful. I'm not sure we want Raphael as an enemy.
You can't. Either I fulfill the contract, die trying, or forfeit my freedom. If I leave this place now, I'll become Raphael's slave. I made him watch as I had his concubines in love, then fashion and codpiece, traps the dark or the creatures it hides. Something strong holds me. Leave this place now. I'll become Raphael's slave. One.
Well, that...
So this was the war devil who slaughtered Shah's faithful. At Raphael's urging, no less.
Seers, it's what orphans do. Seers, it's what orphans do.
Parchment Rafa. I did it. Anyway, time to die.
Son of a bitch, I don't have that one. Why don't I? I only have... I don't have that. Why don't I get that option? Okay. I need to redo it.
Where am I needed?
At least things have stayed interesting.
The pride of the gate.
Wits and blades, always sharp. There's no time to waste. You could almost row a boat through here with all the blood that was...
There's something out there.
What's this? But you're too fresh for this.
Holy shit. An awful...
You titless.
What do you...
Only there's Raphael. I can smell that perfume. Trickster swindled me. Trapped me. Where is he?
Go on. Tell the bastard. All the better for us if he keeps Raphael busy.
You can't. Either I fulfill the contract, die trying,
So this was the war devil who slaughtered Shah's faithful. At Raphael's urging, the
Parchment, Raphael. I did it. Anyway, time to die.
It's been a long week, and I'm a little on edge. I think I need to call my friends. Somebody come save me. It's 5:01, and we can drink the night away. Pour a little bourbon for me and my friends, and we'll see how this story ends. We'll kick up some dust, cause a little scene, have a little good time drinking Kentucky gasoline. We ain't sorry, we're just having a little fun. We're drinking whiskey tonight, won't stop till the bottle's done. When the night is over at 6 a.m., I'll roll on home with a smile on my face. It felt like a good night, get a little crazy, let it all out and howl at the moon. My head is ringing like they're playing hell's bells, and I can barely remember my name. Kick up some dust, cause a little scene, have a little good time drinking Kentucky gasoline. We ain't sorry, we're just having a little fun. We're drinking whiskey tonight, won't stop till the bottle's done. We're feeling alright, we'll turn it up and get down tonight. We're feeling alright, turn it up and get loud tonight. Kick up some dust, cause a little scene, have a little good time drinking Kentucky gasoline. We ain't sorry, we're just having a little fun. We're drinking whiskey tonight, won't stop till the bottle's done. Kick up some dust, cause a little scene, have a little good time drinking Kentucky gasoline. We ain't sorry, we're just having a little fun. We're drinking whiskey tonight, won't stop till the just wither and die. I'll defy them all, and you'll hope we don't meet again. And then take the second door and try to hold on. Yeah, another life. We were bigger, we were wise. I am not just a pawn that you can control. Yeah, another life. We had something more refined. I will break this world. I'm breaking his heart. I'm breaking his Still tell me you love me, but I'm tired of the games you play. You say you wanna be with me, but that changes day to day. You left town, didn't say a word, found somebody else I'd heard. Now you want me to run right back, well I'm not coming back to you. You better get lost, cause I'm better off without you. Better back off, cause I'm on my way. Just so you know, I burned all your t-shirts. You'll be alone and I'll be A-okay. You swear it's all just a mix-up, that it's all inside my head. You promise things will be different, but I think we've reached the end. I spent days sitting by the phone, wondering when you're coming home. Now you think you can waltz right back and start off where you left before. You better get lost, cause I'm better off without you. Better back off, cause I'm on my way. Just so you know, I burned all your t-shirts. You'll be alone and I'll be A-okay. You better get lost. You better back off. You better get lost. You better back off. Just so you know, I burned all your t-shirts. You'll be alone and I'll be A-okay.
share among them.
Nothing of value comes easy. Overcome my trials and win my embrace.
The bowl contains an ancient, rust-colored blood.
This is one of Lady Shah's trials. Allow me. It's important. Values those that can remain unseen and can still obtain what they want. Stealth is a virtue derived from her very essence. My faith protects me. Looks like a trap there. Looks like a trap there.
Is that it's starting to do my head in.
We have now had Sony's revamped PS Plus Extra and Premium service for 2 full years, and now it's time to check in on the service with a long-term review, talking about the amount of games that they're adding, how many games we're leaving, the day one launches, the quality of the games, of course the new value propositions, and also possibly losing some value, because we'll answer all of this under the new context of PS Plus Extra and Premium is a lot more expensive now than when they launched it in mid-2022. So we'll answer that question. Is it still worth it?
Not really.
Because that is the one thing we have to acknowledge right out the gate, and that is the service saw a very steep price increase on September 6th, 2023. So before that date, PS Plus Extra was $100 USD per year.
No,
Now
premium
it's
anyway.
a $35 increase, and then PS Plus Premium was $120, but now it's $160 USD, so a $40 price increase, a very steep bump in price. And so has Sony been able to keep up with that value proposition? Certainly with that price increase. So let's talk about that. Going into PS Plus Extra for the game catalog editions, in July we had some standout titles, that being It Takes Two, Sniper Elite 5, SnowRunner, Undertale is a very big game. That's one of our highest ranking games on here. You've also got some examples of Sony adding games like My Little Pony and Maritime Bay Adventure, which might be good if you have children, and that's the kind of game that is not going to have a Metacritic score, so that's not contributing to the average. But going into August, we did have some day one launches for PS Plus Extra, that being Sea of Stars, and also Moving Out 2, so 2 games, day one launches for that month. Going into September, we had Nier Replicant, Star Ocean, The Divine Force, 13 Sentinels. Unpacking is a really heartwarming game, but we also have, again, Paw Patrol the movie, so something that does not have a Metacritic score, but might be good for somebody with children. Going into October, we had Gotham Knights, which was not a well-received game, and that's actually
I platinumed it, and I'm like, yeah.
Despite it being mixed,
Wait a minute.
the real appeal to subscription is sometimes having
Not
access
great.
to games like
It's
Gotham
not good.
Knights, where you might not feel inclined to risk spending the full price on that game when it comes out if you're even a little bit curious, and who knows, you might end up liking it. So we do have to give some value to games like Gotham Knights when they are added to PS Plus Extra. But elsewhere throughout the month, it was also great to have more timely themed releases like Outlast 2 or House of Ashes for, this would have been Halloween at the time, but the real standout title for October is easily Disco Elysium: The Final Cut. Now, going into November, we had another day one launch title, that being Teardown for PS4, PS5. That is actually the PlayStation debut, so the game was already on Steam for about 3 years prior to that, but it is something where the first availability on PlayStation, nice to have it launched right into PS Plus Extra. For December, this was a very strong month, Grand Theft Auto 5 easily being the standout headline marquee title, although that is something where I would almost assume a lot of people have definitely played that game, or they own it, or they've experienced it in some way, shape, or form. So how much value that really adds, I'm not sure. Obviously, it is a very well-known, big, well-received game, although it is something where typically for a major AAA game, something from an established publisher like Rockstar, that's going to command a very high price tag from Sony's point of view to get it on the service. So these games typically only live on the service for a 6-month period, and the game's already expired because of that, although it is something where it was on offer at the time. Going into January, we had Tiny Tina's Wonderlands and Resident Evil 2 as the standout, well-reviewed games, and now we're getting into an area where it's the sort of back half of year 2 for PS Plus Extra, where you're going to notice a trend of not as many games being offered. So going into February, we have Need for Speed Unbound, The Outer Worlds Spacer's Choice Edition, Tales of Arise, Assassin's Creed Valhalla. These are all absolutely very good, enjoyable games. If anything, they're on the longer end.
Lego Jurassic World to stretch.
Out of these games, assuming you do like them, just not nearly as many titles for February. Although we can say we have
Calling that a good game to stretch.
Foam Stars, so while the game might not have really resonated with a big audience, at least it was something where you could have been there at the time, day one, to try it out and see if it was or was not going to be a very big thing. Going into March, we had, again, kind of a light lineup. So NBA 2K24, Marvel Midnight Suns, RE3. You'll also notice LEGO DC Supervillains, which if you have not caught on just yet, LEGO does appear very frequently, so it seems like Sony and LEGO have a very good partnership, which maybe sheds more light on something like LEGO Horizon Adventures. But going into April, we had a Day 1 PlayStation console debut for Dave the Diver. Easily a fantastic game and really the standout title there. We also had another Day 1 debut, that being Tales of Kenzera, Zao, so that one on PlayStation 5, launching immediately as well. Also, Nor Play With Your Food, which was more of a high-profile game for Sony, where they seem to show that one off quite often. Going into May, we have another big Rockstar title, Red Dead Redemption 2 for PlayStation 4. So this one is still on the service right now. I am a big advocate of the Cat Quest game, so it was great to see that.
I've not really played them.
Well was also a Day 1 debut into PS Plus Extra, and that game too ended up doing very well, where it seemed like it came not quite out of nowhere, but it really did surprise a lot of people, I think. So great to have that on Day 1 for PS Plus Extra. And then going into June, present day, the most recent launch for the game lineup, we have Monster Hunter Rise.
Fuming about Rise going on PS Plus, actually.
Really about it, this is one of the lower months in my
Since I
opinion,
bought it.
even though the Metacritic score is about where some of the other months were landing. But you do have that. You've got Anno 1800 on there. Police Simulator is like a 58, so that might be one of those mixed, just try it to see if it works for you kind of games. Far Cry 4 obviously is fine if you're into Far Cry and you haven't tried that entry just yet. And you've also got 2 more LEGO games. So now that we've covered the full 12 months, we can start to identify a bit of a trend here, and it very much is true that Sony is slowing down on the sheer quantity of games that they're adding to the game catalog when we look at year 1, where, well, in my year 1 review, I was covering 11 months at the time, but the full 12 months for the entire game catalog, Sony added 178 games to PS Plus Extra. But this year, it's 139 games. A noticeable drop mostly felt in the recent months, where that actually does line up quite nicely with something we did hear earlier in the year at the Game Developers Conference, where on the ground, that was the word across a lot of studios and a lot of indie devs, is that the big paychecks are drying up, so to speak. That being the checks that would be handed out from Sony and Microsoft for game subscription deals. At least at the time, a lot of people were saying that the paychecks either aren't nearly as big, or there's just not many being offered out there right now. And that also lines up with everything happening around us, that being, you know, inflation, the mass layoffs across all these big companies, not just in gaming, mind you, but really everywhere. It's really been a brutal thing lately, and so to have all these services go up in price and also tightening up the budget to make them a little bit more juicy and increase those margins from the back end, we can see what's going on here. So as far as value proposition goes, it's not exactly looking good right now for PlayStation Plus Extra, but the one angle that I would also consider, and this is maybe a bit more qualitative, is that they are shying away from multiple entries and more familiar established names. What I mean is, you can look back at year 1 and you had multiple games for Assassin's Creed, Life is Strange, Yakuza, Kingdom Hearts, and those are the kind of games that, you know, they're familiar. You know what you're getting into, and as a
When did
prospective
DVD go on
subscriber,
PS Plus?
that might be something you want to see more of. But the other caveat to this, and something that Sony can't necessarily do all the time, is adding big major first-party games. Now, we know they don't add them day and date, but it's a matter of they're in the service now, so they can't add them again. So what we have to consider is that this is, in a way, a growing library of games here, right? So while titles do also rotate out, you'll see near the end that they do have a net gain here of the overall titles across Extra and Premium. So it's something where when they add Ratchet, it's there. When they add Horizon, it's there. They did that last year, so you're not going to see them do that again until they're ready to, you know, throw in something like a Spider-Man 2 eventually, if that is something they will eventually do whenever that game slows down.
Platinum did it not on PS5.
I think what
So I
we
had
can
PS4 at the
say
time.
for PS Plus Extra is that we saw a jump in price and then a decrease in the amount of titles, and arguably the kind of titles as well. So value-wise, we're a little bit upside down as we close out year 2. But moving on to PlayStation Plus Premium, which does, in a way, have a lot of ground to cover, because having Premium by proxy means you have Extra, and you're paying more beyond Extra to get the Premium, and so now Premium has to make up that shortfall for the obvious loss of value that Extra experienced these past 12 months. And what we can say is that Premium did get some value add-on, How much more, I think, is negligible, but we'll start with what I think most people probably do want out of Premium, and that is the classic games. So we got 16 PS1 games and 15 PSP games, which is close to last year, but the big difference this time around, most recently, is we finally have that new PlayStation 2 emulator and brand new PS2 games with save states, rewinds, video presets, and custom button layouts now on the PlayStation Store. Which, that's the thing we can mention. You can buy them a la carte. You don't have to subscribe to Premium if you don't want to, like all the other classic games so far. They're not exactly tied to Premium, but the bonus here is that when you do subscribe to Premium, we have seen thus far, on a long-term basis, no classics have expired out of the program. So it does seem like, even though the library is building up very slowly, they do tend to stay on there for what seems like an indefinite amount of time. Probably a very long-term license Sony has secured, but it certainly is much longer than what we see with Extra, where those games do tend to rotate on a 6-month to a year, 2-year basis, it seems. And the other big benefit is we're seeing implicit conversions, the company primarily responsible for bringing back all these games for their Syrup emulation engine. They're adding more trophies to the first-party games on a regular basis. It seems like those are always guaranteed nowadays, and now they're going back to third-party games as well and adding trophies to those, which, at least in my view, that is a pretty big value proposition for at least going back and replaying a lot of these games. And the floodgates are now finally open for PS2 games, even though we do have to set expectations on the kind of licenses they can realistically get, because it is still going to be an issue working with certain publishers to get their IP on the service where they don't want to agree to it, or IP that are completely lost to time and they're in purgatory, or a license that is tied up with a lot of music or celebrity likeness. So
Albion Online is a sandbox MMORPG in which you write your own story.
There's not many games we can realistically expect, not like 20 years ago, but at least we can finally see more games. And so this year we had 35 classic games compared to 39 last year. A similar number, but slightly down. The other thing we can look at is remasters. We got 14.
There's definitely decreasing the amount of games I did.
Does rotate a little bit, but you know, we've got some pretty well-known titles in here. Dragon's Crown Pro, JoJo's Bizarre Adventures, Klonoa, I think is awesome to finally have here. Legend of Mana, The Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney Trilogy, some Star Ocean games. In a way, these are still very much classic games that add to the overall value for Premium, but the one very small inch of value that is worth noting is PSVR 2 games. We also recently got this in this tier as well, so now PlayStation Plus Premium, I would assume, is going to possibly see PSVR 2 games on a monthly basis. We initially got 5 from the Days of Play 2024 promotion, and then most recently from the June lineup, Kayak VR Mirage. So it is something where, while this might not be a big deal for most consumers because most people are not PSVR 2 owners, at the very minimum, if you do have it, that's great. And then if you don't have it, maybe it would be something where down the road as a prospective buyer, you would think, okay, maybe I would get a PSVR 2 knowing that with my premium subscription, I'm entitled to X, Y, and Z amount of VR2 games, and so I don't have to spend any money on those games initially. So that is worth considering now having PSVR 2 games in the catalog. Now, the other much more usable premium perk has been the full game trials, which Sony has not shied away from at all. They're still doing a lot of them, especially for pretty big marquee titles that are great to jump into for at least an hour, 2 hours. Sometimes we can get trials for upwards of 4 or 5 hours. It really depends on what appears to be more of a publisher decision, because some games are pretty long, but they don't really get that much time. But ideally, titles that are like really big and have a large opening, you can get a few hours out of that game before you decide if you want to buy it or not. So while I have not used trials myself all that much, there is a lot of utility to this, and there's about 124 trials right now on PlayStation Network, so they are certainly adding a lot more, and it's something where if you know you can get mileage out of this, then it's still there, and they're still adding more of it. But moving on to a new perk for PS Plus Premium, and that is PlayStation 5 Cloud Game Streaming. Sony has finally deployed actual PS5 server blades across various data centers globally, and so now, if you're so inclined, you can actually stream PS5 games, both from the game catalog and titles you own outright digitally as well, which we don't know exactly how many titles that is, but at least from the game catalog sorted by PS5 only, there's 223 titles available to stream. And it's actually quite usable. Dare I say, good. It's something where you can experience between 50, 60 milliseconds, so if you do have a high tolerance, then you'll probably be able to play it just fine without really feeling much of anything, because the core issue with Sony streaming has always been, well, the server blades they built for PS3, which are really bad and not very good at all. PlayStation 4, better, but still very questionable and not a great experience. This, however, up to 4K 60 frames per second, not full high frame rate modes, but you can do 4K 60. You can get full 5.1 and 7.1 audio. You can get 3D audio. It really is something where there's not many compromises. It's sort of an instant thing where you launch the application. You do have to sit there for a little bit just to be tied to a server and then start, playing the game from there. But it is something where it'll be a lot faster than, say, installing a 70 to 90 gigabyte game, and that's the upside to PS5 game streaming. It's still not my first decision to play games, and therefore I don't really ever use it, but it is quite handy to jump right into a game if you want to do that without having to download or install the entire thing. More so the utility is for the game trials, where since you know you're only going to be playing that game for about, let's say, 2-3 hours, then jump into it that way, and the game's still going to make a very good impression because you're not really compromising on the sheer quality and look and feel of that game when the streaming is that good, assuming your home network is up to snuff, because you will need a decent speed for at least streaming in 4K at 60 frames per second. So with that in mind, in terms of how much value that really adds, it's still, in the grand scheme of things, I would argue pretty low, but it is substantially better than the PS3 and PS4 streaming. So it is there, it's worth trying and seeing for yourself just how usable it is, and if maybe you can get some mileage out of it. Now, the other somewhat recent new PS Plus premium perk is the Sony Pictures Core application, which is Sony's separate a la carte streaming service where you can buy or rent TV shows or movies, and premium members have access to 100 free movies on that service. So it's a separate tailored catalog, random movies in there like The Mask of Zorro, House of Flying Daggers. There's a lot of Resident Evil movies on there, and I've seen people describe this before as the kind of movies you would get for free on an airline, which is not really the most flattering thing to hear, but let's be honest, that's kind of what these movies are in a way. I mean, they're not awful per se, but it's one of those things where if you didn't know about this, it's not like you're hearing this information now and realizing, oh, okay, now this sells it for me, I can buy premium for a year. It's maybe something where you have the premium and you go, okay, now that I've learned this info, let me check out the selection, and maybe there's 1 or 2 movies and it's like, okay, I'll watch those, right? Otherwise, this is not really the value add that I think premium really needed. I guess it's welcomed. That, and also they threw in some Crunchyroll in there as well. Not a whole lot. There's only like 6 TV shows on there with a few seasons each, so they're not complete. But it is something where you can watch a little bit of anime or 100 kind of mishmash movies that in some ways have airline energy. So now that we've gone over nearly everything, let's talk about the final count for the entire library across Extra and Premium, and also compare that to where we were 2 years ago and 1 year ago. So on day one, right when PS Plus properly relaunched, the service had about 779 games total, which at the time the count was a bit inaccurate, just given that certain tiles on the screen were repeating for PS4 and PS5 versions of the same game, but it was around 779. So with that same counting methodology going into a year later, it was 929 games, and going into today, it is 971 games total. So there is a net gain on the amount of titles that they're adding and also taking out, but there is a very important distinction to make here, which is the tiers themselves, because, as we've already said, Premium does not really have titles expiring all that often at all. Some of the remasters do go, but the classics are staying. Extra, though, much more aggressive with how many times games are expiring on a monthly basis. It can oftentimes be between, 5 to 10, 15 titles. Sometimes we can have a mass exodus of upwards of 35 titles, as we saw very recently. So Sony has been maintaining the Extra library, which is good, but
This is maybe more than you bargained for.
Buckle up, girl. We're gonna go through some.
The core issue long term could be if Sony does continue, say, degrading the quality of games, or in a sense the familiarity of certain big IP. Maybe they start to focus on smaller deals and maybe lesser known titles. If they lean further into the more mixed category of games, then you're going to see all the good stuff eventually leave the service and not return. There is a certain turnover rate that we have to consider with Extra over a long period of time. Right now it's not a concerning thing, but we did see in the past 4 or 5...
Back in a minute, chat.
months that it was something the company really started to double down on, and we did hear about this back during GDC. So with where PlayStation Plus Extra Premium sits right now, it's a much tougher buy, if only because it's one of those weird angles of how, despite any price tag they put on this, right? I mean, it would have to be very high for it to factually not make sense for the amount of games that you're getting. Like, no matter how you spin it, you are getting 970 games at your disposal to play for upwards of $160 a year. Factually, that's a good deal, but games are consumed in a much different manner. So at a certain point, it just doesn't really matter how many games you're offering, because you can't reasonably play or even engage with all those games. It becomes a matter of, you know, what's even there worth my own play habits? Does it make sense for me? It kind of gets into a cable pricing situation in a way, because if it's too high, you just don't care about all this extra stuff that you're not even bothering to play, right? So I think PS Plus Extra and Premium are kind of in a very awkward spot, because the price increase was very steep. I mean, there was no hoping that it was going to stay the same price forever, but to see it go up that much after the relaunch, which wasn't even that long ago, it was, I think for a lot of people, a tough pill to swallow. But there certainly is still value even at that $160 price tag per year. But I think it's priced out a lot of people where it just doesn't make sense, especially in relation to their own play habits. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I hope you found this useful, and I will see you all in my next video. You take it easy.
Yeah, I've been high and low, I've been so
Alright, check it out. Hold up. The cube! It's so heavy. This would somebody if it fell on them. The cube. I don't know if it'll work on my shelf. Here's my concern. My concern is that it's gonna break the shelf back there. I don't know if it'll fit. I mean, it looks kind of okay. I don't know. Look how rinky dink it is.
We're filming.
We're filming the ceiling.
Okay. We did the workout video with Johnny, and now Johnny every day.
Right, chat, I'm going to introduce my Michael Back Live later, depends how I feel. But I hope you guys enjoy. Smash like, subscribe, turn past notifications on for more if you do enjoy it. If you did enjoy this stream, make sure you share my channel with your family, friends, dog, cat, uncle and grandma. And I shall see you all